what I've done is received a very well put together draft bill a couple of months ago, and I've been working with the team just to try and improve it slightly, consolidate it, and so on. So we've had a couple of workshops with the team, but my my contribution has been vastly overstated. This is very much a homegrown piece of work by experts, including people with disabilities and their families in Mauritius, lawyers, policy experts, and so on. And so my contribution has been really very minor in comparison with all of you. I've learned a lot through reading the drafts and engaging with the team, and I came to the task with zero knowledge about Mauritius, unfortunately, and now I have a tiny bit of knowledge. I hope to be able to visit, I've been pressing that point, later in the year to continue to support the work that's going on. And so any government being sent a document like this, which will be published on the 30th of June, should be incredibly impressed and incredibly grateful that civil society has produced a document of such breadth and depth, addressing the gap that exists in Mauritius between its commitment by ratifying the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and the reality on the ground for children and adults with disabilities and their families and communities. And the gap has been analysed already by the UN Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities 6 years ago in September 2015. And the committee produced its concluding observations, which we've taken into account and ensured that the draft bill addresses and makes progress on. So as previous speakers have said, what the draft bill intends to do is plug the gaps, to reverse the discrimination that people with disabilities and their families still experience in Mauritius. And it also seeks to integrate changes to other existing laws in a way that the Mauritian lawyers who have been involved have really ensured that, for example, the Equal Opportunities Act and the Training and Employment of Disabled Persons Act are amended via this bill to bring them into line with the basic requirements of the CRPD as well. So I know that we will be discussing the substantive elements of the bill, but as you can see, if you've had an opportunity to read it, it is incredibly comprehensive. It covers areas as diverse as access to transportation system and the information technology world, to, as has been mentioned, employment, inclusive education, legal capacity, the right to live in the community, and so on. And it also seeks to put in place some structural changes to ensure that the government of Mauritius coordinates policy across different ministries and with regional governmental organizations in the country, and that there is, pursuant to Article 33, paragraph 2 of the CRPD, that there's an independent monitoring body, so independent from the government, a monitoring body which seeks to promote and protect the rights of persons with disabilities and monitor the implementation of the convention, but also of this bill, hopefully when it's passed by Parliament. So in conclusion, I really look forward to continuing to help civil society as best I can. I congratulate everyone for the work that's been achieved so far, and I really support the call to action that's being made today by civil society in Mauritius, that the government should take this up. And the government really has a head start because this bill has been drafted by civil society, which is fairly unusual. And of course, we're expecting that government makes amendments, makes some, as we say, tweaks to the bill. Of course, that's inevitable, but the will is there in civil society, and I hope that's very much matched by political will by those in power, so that progress can be made. So thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say at this stage.